Hi, I'm Ken Mingus. This is Mingus on Tech. Welcome back to another edition where we talk about the hot news in technology with Keith and Mike. And the hot news in technology right now is the minuscule iPhone SE, which I'm calling the Back to the Future phone because
minuscule. I love
that. It's
that term.
minuscule. It's the first time I've seen a 4-inch phone in a long time. I mean, I'm used to my iPhone 6S Plus, and it's been almost 2 years now that I've had a big phone. You've got an iPhone 6.
This is so compare those two. This
and
is still.
What's amazing though is I'm glad that
you've got the Plus. I've got the
so
this is just a regular. Look how big that thing is.
I would have a real tough time. I get the industrial design. It's a beautiful design. It's classic. I like that. I like the fact that Apple sent over one that's bros gold. But I wanted to talk to Mike for a minute, who's been using this. He's going to be reviewing it for us for Computer World. And I just wanted to see, since he has an iPhone 6S Plus like I do, what it's like to go back to a small phone.
It is interesting.
Yeah.
It is just a weird sensation.
Yeah.
I mean, just yesterday, I was in my car, and I was just scrambling. I was looking for my phone because I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
And I realized it was in my pocket the entire time. But I'm so accustomed to the 6S
Well, because
Plus.
the 6S is not only large, but I mean, it's got heft to it. You're going to feel it if it's in your pocket.
And it's in your pocket. To find out, I just lean forward, and it's usually like sticking into my hip. So it's like, okay, I know where my phone is.
Yeah.
Or generally, where's my phone?
Where's my phone?
I'm leaning on it. Oh, okay. But you don't get that with this.
That feeling is
small.
similar to like when you go from a larger notebook to a MacBook Air or a lighter and a thinner one. You put it in your backpack and you're like, wait, did I forget my notebook? Yeah, where'd it go?
Well,
I would say, there's definitely something to that.
It's interesting. I was looking up, Greg Kaiser at Computer World had a story about a week ago that I was looking at who was buying these phones. And apparently people are there was a slightly larger percentage of people switching over from Android. More importantly, people who had not bought a new iPhone or a smartphone in 2 or 3 years.
Right.
They were upgrading to this. They obviously didn't want the 6 or the 6 Plus or 6S Plus. Mm-hmm. They were waiting for a smaller phone. So Mike, real quick question. The internals of this SE, the Back to the Future phone, basically. Same as the 6 Plus? Or?
Yes. It's has
A9X?
Has pretty much all the internal architecture of the 6 Plus, the 6S Plus.
It's got the Motion coprocessor.
Has everything except for the 3D touch support.
It doesn't do 3D touch.
It does not do 3D touch, which is weird because if you're accustomed to it, it's just a weird feeling.
So that's another thing you've had to get used to, going back to this. You use 3D touch a lot, right?
Oh, yeah.
I don't. I've never really gotten used to it. But
especially, accessing settings, I'm always, configuring Bluetooth, jumping on different Wi-Fis, just in my reviews and things like that. So the 3D touch is something you kind of just get used to. Yeah. And with it not being there, either use it or you don't.
Right.
But if
I forget that it's
it,
there. That's the thing about it.
Jason Snell was saying
enough.
something similar.
Yeah.
He wrote for Macworld something similar, how it should be better implemented or implemented in such a way that it's
more obvious. It pops out at you in some way.
And sometimes some of the apps you have don't support it, and so you don't really know if an app supports it unless you accidentally press it or if you're pressing something too hard, and then that thing comes up. You're like, oh yeah, that's 3D touch.
Right.
Well, does it have the live photo thing?
It does have live photo. It has pretty much
and the
everything
cameras,
except for 3D
it does
touch.
the same, like
Cameras
2 different slow-mos, and it can do time lapse. And what about the Touch ID? Does it have the faster Touch ID?
It has the first generation Touch ID.
I hate that. I shouldn't hate that, but I mean, I don't like that.
It's actually,
once you get used to the fast one, you just
Well, it's nice being able to touch the home screen and being able to see, the time.
Right.
I forgot about how nice that was.
Yeah.
And also with the smaller size, I forgot how nice navigating the phone with just just using one hand.
Yeah.
I mean, that's great. You just
with a larger phone, you end up doing more just with two.
Right.
Like this. I think that with this phone, I could still sort of do.
Right.
Well, except for
but you just can't reach the top.
It's stunning to me. I'm just amazed. Oh, and I broke it. No. I'm just amazed at how small it is. I mean, you really do get used to whatever you're using.
Right.
And so,
right.
You'll be reviewing this probably in a couple of weeks for us.
Oh, yeah, should be done soon.
Okay, good. We like that. price on this is $399. Isn't that one of the selling points? Is that it starts at a little bit lower price than iPhones have in the past?
It really does start at a lower price, but
I'm pretty sure.
While you're checking that, I have had some colleagues and friends talk to me about like, hey, should I get this? I never did upgrade, and I said, yeah, definitely. If you've never upgraded,
right?
And you want that, and you want a new iPhone, you might as well go to the SE if you're used to that 4.
Which is a perfect segue for me to say to Linda again, you need a new phone. You've got to get away from the 3G from 2008.
Linda still hasn't
This is your new phone. Actually, she did say, go to Best Buy with me and I'll get one. So I'm hopeful.
I think every show you should say something to Linda.
Well, until she gets the phone, I'm going to.
Hey, another thing I wanted to just bring up was with Touch ID.
Yeah.
I wasn't used to it on the first generation, so I didn't have that first generation.
Yeah.
I went to this, I upgraded from the 5 to the 6S.
Yeah.
And so this was my first experience, which is now the second generation.
Right.
But what I find is when I'm trying to log in, half the time I'm contacting Siri. Is that a problem?
No, that means
you've seen, or am I just doing it?
You're holding it down.
Yeah,
you just need to put your thumb on it, but don't hold it down.
I know, but sometimes when I do that, it doesn't register for the it's really kind of like annoying to me.
It does happen occasionally. Yeah. Once in a while, Siri will ask me what I want. I really just want to
I just want to log in.
Yeah.
So press it less. Basically.
Just press it less. Okay.
Yeah. Just press it using less.
I'm too forceful.
Exactly.
Get me into this phone.
But like I said, I really like the Touch IDs. So because again, I can actually get to the get to the lock screen without actually implementing a login.
Right.
So
I like the rose gold on that design. I really do.
It
shows around the edge.
It's not bad. I mean, I've been getting a lot of you have a pink phone, but I don't mind at all.
It's rose gold. It's not
it does
pink.
start at $399.
$399. So, okay, good to know. All right, the other thing we're going to move on. The other thing I wanted to talk about was Keith was at this event last week in New York, sponsored by Pepcom.
Yeah, it's the company that runs it. It's called Pepcom, and what they do is they hold consumer gadget type press events for the media that it's usually around a gadget show. So they do one around CES, they do one at Mobile World Congress, they do one at CTIA.
But there's not anything happening in April in New York. This is just sort of a standalone thing?
It's weird. They used to do, I think they do one in June, and there's one around, and there's this June event. It used to be called PC Week.
Yeah.
It's now modified to like CE Week, and so you find that large events. I think what they do is that people are gearing up in the magazine world for Father's Day, graduation gifts, those types of things.
Mother's Day.
Yeah, Mother's Day. So they have these events, and you go to an exhibition space and you walk around, and it basically
they're just showing off all kinds of cool new gadgets.
And since I missed CES this year, I decided I'll go to this one and just see if there's a new. It was a little smaller than I expected, but I did find some new gadgets.
We're going to have a pop quiz. This is what I wanted to find out because you've identified some things that Mike and I may or may not be able to figure out, and you've got some images that you're going to give us a quick pop quiz.
Here we go. So I took some photos with my iPhone 5S.
So there would be high quality photos.
All right. So first, I know you guys are fans of the Apple Watch. So this is.
It's got to be a charger, right?
It looks like a carrying case and a charger built in.
Oh, see, you guys are good.
See, I got the charger. I didn't get the carrying case.
Here's the inside. You pop it open. It's from 12 South.
Wait. Let me see.
Got it. You pop it open. It's got all the kind of the you get if you got an extra watch band, if you're switching between the sport band, that thing right there, that little white circle
you
put the watch on top and it charges it. So and then the guy was also like, hey, and you can, if you're traveling, you can use that as your nightstand for your watch. So and I think the price is on the back there. It is $49.99 at 12 South. So you guys guessed that one.
Not bad.
All right. Now this is for Mike. He may have already known about this, but can you kind of guess what that is?
This is a drone.
He can see that without even looking at
it. Without even looking at the back.
He can tell from the back where Keith has written that it is a drone. So this is not really a fair test.
Yeah, you really should not. Don't look at the back.
No, I wasn't. Come on. I recognize the quadcopter design anywhere.
All right.
It's clearly a drone, but what is it?
What's cool about this is that this is a drone that it includes GPS functionality in it. It's got a camera that does 1080p.
Okay.
And it follows you around. So you're not flying the drone. It follows you.
Okay.
I have reviewed something similar.
Yeah, he has.
And so this is from Sky Intelligence. It's a Kickstarter, and I think, what was the price on that one? $469. It starts at. They've got different levels, with Kickstarter they do that.
Now, is it actually tethered to another bit of equipment?
Do you have like a watch or something that you have to wear?
I think you have to wear something.
Okay.
And then it follows
you.
That's
how it tracks you.
But the guy also said something about GPS. So
you could take this little device and put it on somebody else, and the drone would follow them, right?
Or if you wanted to track a car, you could just kind of like.
I have to admit, I saw a photo last week of a drone with a chainsaw dangling below it. I thought thought it was the scariest, funniest
Really?
thing I've ever seen
Oh,
in
but
my
that was a
life.
that was a
Who
custom
needs
one-off.
Who needs Jason when you've got the drone with the chainsaw? I don't know.
This is
You know,
true.
it sounds like a dark future for all of
That's
us.
the
Anyway,
next
moving
horror
on.
All right,
movie.
moving
Okay.
on. All right, so we're big fans of robots
mention,
in
yeah,
computer world.
yeah.
So this is a robot. This I'm gonna cheat. This is a robot.
Okay.
Is that a telepresence robot?
It is not a telepresence robot.
Okay.
What kind of? All right, so let's
Is
see
it
if you
a
can figure out.
mobile
It looks like
garbage
it's something
can?
that cleans your house.
It is not a vacuum cleaner robot.
It's like a giant Roomba.
So this thing
No.
is called the Big Eye.
Okay.
Or Big Guy, Big
Okay,
Guy.
yeah.
Like this is from a Japanese company called NX Robo, and that little circle there is a camera.
Yeah.
But what's interesting about this is that
So
this
you
is
can always be under surveillance
No,
from
you'll put this in your
yourself.
house. You'll put this in your house, and
Yeah.
it uses that if this then that technology.
Okay.
But instead of having to code instructions to tell the robot to do something,
Yeah.
it's supposed to use voice programming. So it's going to recognize your voice, and you're
Why
going to.
do I just
so,
think this might
So
not
here's
work as
here's
built?
how it's supposed to work. You go in and you say, "All right, big guy," or "Hi, big guy."
Yeah.
If I sit down on the couch, change the channel on the or turn on the TV.
Yeah.
Change the channel to HBO and record
Okay.
Game of Thrones.
And
So
and you do that with voice commands.
You do that
You
with
don't have to
voice
program
commands, and then
anything.
then it
Right.
recognizes you sitting down on the couch, and it goes.
So this is a mobile Jarvis.
It doesn't do this because it's got no arms, but
This is literally a mobile Jarvis.
it's
What is-
supposed to
it's-
be like a mobile home companion. The
Okay.
material on the outside is all soft,
Yeah.
so you can go up and hug it if you've got kids.
You know,
It's-
this could be kind of useful.
I don't
if
think
you've
that
got an
kids and dogs are going to be
elderly
afraid of this
relative
thing.
that you want to keep an
Yeah.
eye on, or help them take care. Help them care for themselves or something. Or now, does it have the capabilities of like beaming information out beyond?
I'm not sure yet. Again, this
So
was,
you can
this was just a
watch,
demo.
you
They
know,
were
to make sure
the
the kids
had
at home are
They
okay,
had
or-
this robot was kind of like following this person here on the left. So as she stepped, it backed up.
So is
Yeah.
it which company makes this?
It's NX Robo.
NX
And
Robo.
it should be-
If any representative of NX Robo is watching this, I review stuff for Computer World.
All right.
Send me
All right,
several.
so this
Pitches in.
is so I've got two
What else have
pictures
we got?
again.
Yeah,
I've
let's
got
see.
two pictures again of the same device. This
Alarm clock.
alarm clock. That's all that you just think it is. Just an alarm
Well,
clock.
I mean that's the basic thing. I'm
Now,
sure
you're
it's
cheating because you're.
I'm
reading
not.
this.
No,
Oh,
there's
wait,
nothing on the
there's-
back. There's
that's
nothing
'cause
on the
it's
back
this
this
one.
time.
Cheating.
All right, here's the
So
here's the
cheating.
second photo.
All right, wait.
You place your phone on top of
Oh,
it.
I see. I didn't.
So
Oh,
it's
it does the wireless
alarm
it's
charger.
got
clock
the wireless
/ charger.
It's the wireless charger. But what I really like about this is from Cube Systems, is that it has multiple device chargers. So not only does it do the wireless, which you can buy with a separate
Yeah.
case for your iPhones, or if
Right.
you've got an Android phone, some of that, if it's got the Qi standard.
Yeah.
Now, it also wraps around that box. It has 2 additional cables. So it's got the lightning cable, it's got the mini USB,
Okay.
or the micro USB.
So you can charge all kinds of
It's got
devices
the
at
old
once.
30-pin connector.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So if you
You
have
can
an,
charge-
if you have
Linda
an
can
old,
charge her
Linda
iPhone.
can charge. Good for Linda.
Yeah.
And now it doesn't have a clock radio. However, the guy said it does have
What?
Bluetooth.
Yeah.
So
well,
with
I mean, your
Bluetooth,
phone could
you
act
can
as a,
then-
as a,
Yeah.
as a
Right, and
you
so
know.
you can Bluetooth and stream through the speakers right there.
Okay.
Right.
So-
But it does require the iPhone to have a case.
You have to buy a
case.
special case if
The
you're
special
if you're
case
an
for
iPhone
charging
person.
for the wireless
Yeah.
charging.
All right.
Okay.
And I got one last
finally-
one because this is in honor of Mike, who's a fan of Superman, right?
Yeah.
Something like
Now,
that.
can you guess what this without looking?
No, wait. Okay.
It's a
okay.
controller
Nope.
for.
It looks like a remote
Flip around, let's
control
see.
or a USB stick.
A Wii thing? It's not. It's not a.
No,
Doesn't look
it's
like
not a Wii controller.
Doesn't look like
Okay.
a Wii controller.
This
right.
is a thermal temperature, like a thermometer. It's
Yeah.
a thermal uses thermal
Which is usually
imaging.
what thermal temperature works.
And
It
so
means
with
it's a
no,
thermometer.
so when you're taking the if you have a thermometer, remember the old school ones you'd put under your tongue?
Yeah.
Had mercury in
Yeah,
it,
or the
really
ones
really
you
bad. The
across
digital
the
ones,
forehead or-
yeah,
yeah.
you've got all these ones. This one you just point it at your head, and it goes beep, and it tells you what your temperature is.
Is it accurate? Did you try it?
Yeah. Oh, well, I was healthy at the time, and so it said 98.6.
Okay.
So not I haven't. It's weird to test this unless you have a fever.
Yeah.
But what I really like about this,
Of course, if you have a fever, you probably don't feel like testing it anyway.
right. Well, for people with kids,
Yeah.
when you're taking their temperature, you usually have to wake them up, or you have to get them
Yeah,
to.
so you can
stick
just-
this
if
thing.
they're sleeping, you
if
can
they're
just-
sleeping, you can just point this. Now, I do have doubts about this.
clever.
This is $40.
Yeah.
But it's got a long-lasting battery on it. But I went into a Dwayne Reed,
Yeah.
and they're selling the digital ones that you still stick under your tongue for $10. So I'm not
Yeah.
sure if parents are going to
Really?
be willing to spend $40 on
Call for
this.
$40 for that.
just for that benefit of having
not waking your kid.
Of not waking your kid.
The other thing from Pepcom that I had to ask you about is you apparently found the last payphone known to man when you were in New York.
Well, that it's interesting.
There are payphones still out there.
There are still payphones if you're in Penn Station, right near the pizza place.
Who uses a payphone?
Well, I don't.
You said there were people waiting in line to use the payphone.
No, there were people waiting by the phone. I think they were waiting for it to ring.
Yeah.
And it was one of those like shady situations. So
okay.
Yeah, there are still payphones in New York City.
All right, good. All right. Well, that's the most important find from Pepcom, I think. Okay, so Keith, Mike, thanks for being here. I think for this episode, that's a wrap.